All right, so today what we're going to do is go through a couple of the Leatherman series tools. I know when I was looking at the Leathermans to see which one I preferred, it was difficult to find really sort of like a side-by-side comparison. So I figured I'd show you the three that I do have and then kind of explain, I guess, the differences. Not so much into specs and things like that, but really just like how I use and how I carry them. So starting off with the smallest is the Leatherman Sidekick. This one is very small, it's very petite. You see it's got a slight little curve to it. As far as fitting it in a pocket, it is the absolute perfect tool. It comes with this little clasp on it here, fits right in your pocket. Because of its short size, it doesn't get in the way of like a longer fixed blade would. Inside your pocket, it's not going to be restricting your leg movement or anything like that, or jabbing you. It comes with the necessary tools. You'll notice right away as you open it, it almost kind of has a spring to it to open itself up. The wire clippers are not replaceable. They are part of the head itself. So if you were doing a lot of clipping, that might be something that you want to think about. Do you want to be able to replace them? I can tell you, I don't do a lot of hard work with this. This particular tool is what I carry with me on sort of I'm in a sales for a lot of trades types positions, so I'm not necessarily the one out there turning wrenches or pulling wire, so it's not a heavy duty weapon, or tool, but it is great for when those types of things come up. So just to kind of go through some of the tools that are in it. You got your basic flathead, it's fixed, you can't replace it. You have your more slender Phillips head. As you can see, they are very slender. And then on this side, you have a very sharp serrated edge, and then you have a very small ruler, and on the other side is a file, and then of course a can opener, and then they count this as a tool, but a ring if you wanted to attach it to a lanyard or something like that, which could be useful for camping, things like that. If you're walking through the woods, you don't want to lose it. And then your main, on the outside, you have a fixed blade, straight blade. I want to guess that's about 3 inches long, and then the other side is a saw. And again, this one is not replaceable like some of them are. So this one would be either fixed, or you're disassembling the whole tool, in which you would need to replace it. So that is the Leatherman Sidekick. It is excellent for pocket carry or day-to-day stuff, office job, things where you're not going to necessarily need a very high-tech tool, high-tech or high durability tool. Next, which I carry in a great Tale of Knives leather case, is the Wave. So this would be sort of that middle of the road one. In my opinion, this is more than sufficient for just about any job out there. You notice you do have the hardened, again, I'm not doing specs, so I don't know what type of metal this is, but this is the harder metal. It is replaceable. You take the little screw out, and then you can replace it as needed. Again, very pointy, great for almost a pseudo needle nose or needle nose, depending on, I guess, your definition. As far as tools go, you do have a flathead right there. Well, what else you got in here? Let's pull them all out, huh? You got this tiny little, it's like an eyeglass screw or something, for a screw for like eyeglasses, very small. Never use that. I have good genes, I don't need glasses. And then we got scissors here, again, spring, solid. These lock out too when the other stuff's not in the way. And then on this side, we do have the replaceable screw set, so you can put different heads in there. It comes with a flathead and a Phillips head. If you know online, Leatherman does offer packages where you could get different types of one. From there, you also then have a can opener, and that is on that side. So, opening up our main tools, rather than just two, we do have two on each side. This is going to be a longer knife compared to the Sidekick. So it is longer as well as thinner, but it has a nice rear bevel on it and just a nice look to it. Let's see here. And then the file itself, this is a very, you could probably sharpen a knife with this. This is a relatively fine file on this side, and then this would be more for cutting down burrs on aluminum, steel, things like that, things that you need to actually file in a job situation. And then on the other side, we are looking at a saw. All right, again, it's a little bit longer than the other. Obviously, one of the biggest things is this one is black, and then a longer serrated blade than what is on the other Leatherman tool. As far as weight, it's definitely heavier than this, but nothing unbearable. Again, this is just to the point where size-wise, they're not that much different, but the weight and the fact that there's not any sort of clip, you're going to want some sort of holster for this, whether it's the one that comes with or something else. I think, belt carry would make the most sense for this, unless you got some sort of option for larger pockets or things that aren't going to get in your way. And then finally, and this is the first one I got back many years ago, about 2010, so I don't even know if it's still the same size or same stuff on it. But this is definitely the one I've had the most. And this is going to be the Surge, okay? This is a very heavy duty. I carry this with me either when I'm hunting or when I'm off doing military activities, okay? So replaceable, it's just a thicker, heavier version of just about everything. So I don't know if you can tell there, but it is a bit thicker than the Wave. It's also just clearly a larger head on it. And then of course you lose a little bit of the narrowness that you would get on the Wave, but you do have a beefier set of, I guess, what do you call those, tongs or grips. As far as tools go, very similar to the Wave. In this, you have the replaceable screws, screwdrivers. You have a can opener on this side. And then, well, I didn't do the other side, did I? So on this side, you then have a narrow screwdriver. You have a wider flathead screwdriver, and then you also have an awl here. So excellent. Very heavy duty metal. I use that owl, however you want to pronounce it, quite a bit. Blade's about the same size as the Wave. Larger set of scissors, more heavy duty than the ones that come on the Wave. Let's see if I can pull them out quick. Much more heavy duty and can get through quite a bit more stuff. This would be for strings and such, and this you're actually going to be able to do that's not in the shot. There you go. So quite a bit more with this set of scissors. Then the final thing here would be, one, you have the serrated edge, and then you also have a saw. So the saw in this one, as you can see, is the replaceable kind. You might even see a little gunk on this. This is actually, this saw is good enough. I've actually cut through deer pelvis with it for when I was cleaning deer. So it's incredibly heavy duty. It gets the job done. It's very sharp and durable. It's not just for looks or anything like that. So that is the difference between those three. And just to kind of lay them next to each other here, give you a solid look at it. And there you go. Let's go butt to butt here. All right, so that is the size difference looking at it. And then to give you even a better understanding of size and reference, there you go. There's a tin of tobacco, just to kind of compare for yourselves. So hopefully it was worth your time. Hope you have a good one, and rock and roll.